until her kids matured. They were like 20 years old. And she had them when she was like maybe, yeah, she had them young at like 14 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So from 14 till she was like 19 or whatever, she decided to be like striving. You know, baby daddy was young, don't know what went on with her. So she was striving, doing whatever she had to do. Guys would come and go because it's hard for dudes to deal with a woman that's, 14 and now 21 maybe, and she got 7-year-old twins. You know what I'm saying? So he couldn't deal with that. So boom, boom, boom. She's striving. So she made the kids like very, very responsible. So as they started to be like 13, 14, she then was started going out, right? But she was only 28 years old at that same time when she started being like, oh, this is what's going on. And she never had a whole phase. Her whole phase started right then and there at 28. And it probably went till she was like 35, and then she got married. You know what I'm saying? But the kids was now older, gone, college, whatever, and she had a chance to start her life new. You know what I'm saying? So, and then there's chicks that you might have them, they just get turned out when they young. You know what I'm saying? So they get turned out when they young, they start to fuck, because they deal with old niggas, they might be 15 years old, they deal with a dude 19, 21 or whatever, and he turns her out. And she's used to that. She done got trains ran on her. She done did stuff like that. So when she meets you, that's nothing to her. You know what I'm saying? Then she realizes she ain't gonna get a dude like that. So she at least tries to clean that up. And then usually she gets a nigga. That's just how shit go. You know what I'm saying?
Women who go through old phases are more than likely to get married.
Bro, the cleanup is wicked, right? I actually know chicks that went back to the doctor, had the surgery to tighten their shit up. And then when they tighten their shit up, they a whole new woman. They go to a whole new state. Dudes be like, yo, your pussy mad tight, and she's a whole new woman, and all she did was go pay for a surgery through the insurance. It was like $1,000. She's a whole new chick. So it all depends, to me, from what I've seen, it all depends. There's the college hoe that never got out nowhere, went to private school, never was gone from her parents. Now she's totally away from her parents, and now she feels the freedom now. You know what I'm saying?
A whole phase, like he said, there's old hoes and there's young hoes, you feel me? But I feel like at a certain age, it's no longer acceptable. It doesn't matter your situation. Like if you had kids, like my personal opinion is if a woman had kids young, and now she's starting to live her life, let's say around 30 years old, because her kids are mature enough, to kind of handle themselves. I feel like that's worse because now your kids are more aware of your actions. So things can be brought to your kids about you as a mother doing X, Y, and Z outside of the household. Like I know, for example, right? I had this one of my friends in high school. His mom was a pop. You feel me? Yeah, she was a pop. She was a thought.
Everybody can hit her.
Yeah,
Everybody hit her.
And he was fighting every day in school because when the jokes came, the first thing is that your mother's a hoe. So like he now he feel disrespected. So you know what I'm saying. So he's fighting. So like I said, I feel like it's worse to have a whole phase in certain situations, especially at a later age. My thing is, I personally feel like a whole phase acceptable is. I'll give you to about 25, maybe 26, you know what I'm saying? For a female. For male, it's different. For a female. Because there's a lot of pressure on a woman to be able to take care of the household and nurture a kid. And typically women want to have their families by 25 to 30. So I would say for a woman, her whole phase should end sooner than a man's whole phase because most men are not pressured to I want to start a family at 25. They're just now probably starting to get money at 25. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different now. That's just my personal opinion on an acceptable age range.
I mean, you really can't put an age on a whole phase because I think it get kind of complex. Sometimes a whole phase from a girl just comes out of nowhere. You can't really put an age on that because, she could have, had strict parents. Maybe some girls go to college. Some have children that can't be hoes. I feel like the whole phase comes when it comes. There's no age for her to be done with it. or to start it. It just happens. You understand? I think like in society nowadays, it's gonna happen. A female's gonna have fun, enjoy herself, have a few partners. And I feel as though I want a woman that had her whole phase already. I don't want to meet one that is still in one. You understand? Because that's a lot of stress for me to get her out of it. I'd rather meet one that has had her heart broke a few times, had a couple one-night stands, know what it's like to be a piece of meat, and you realize that you want better for yourself. Because you can't teach somebody gratitude. And a girl that had a bad whole phase and that's been passed around a couple of times, when she meets the right person who loves her, she'll have natural gratitude. Well, I will expect that, because if you rather be going out every night, tired for work, looking crazy, this dude, that dude, all that unprotected, like all that stuff is crazy. So I feel as though when she goes through all that and survives, when I meet her, she's more liable to not want to go to All-Star or not want to go out with her girl because she did it already. So, you know, as far as the age part, I think we're going to go crazy, like picking 13, 17, 25, 30. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. But I would prefer at least in your later 30s or middle 30s, I would hope that you would have done it already. I will say that. I don't want you out here 37 years old still getting trains ran on you. Like, I think you're doing a bit much, you know? So...
What if she's just a freak, though?
Yeah.
Nah.
I don't even really believe in the whole phase. I think that if we're going to use that term, whole phase, I just think that the here go a woman or man, right? But we speaking about women.
What age should a woman be going through her whole phase?
I'm with Guapo on that. And I guess the panel more so than anything about it happens, like, right? It could be any age. It could be a woman starting late or a woman starting early, whatever, right? But I just think that the whole phase is someone that's either in depression, someone that's actually in or seeking validation, or someone that's, you know, being controlled and manipulated by society. Like, look how we just talking. We talking like it's okay to have a whole phase. But I understand that if I am going to meet you, right? If you went through that, I can catch you in when you are when you see more value in yourself, as pretty much what Guapo was saying.
It go for female and male. Without a whole phase, experience the clubs, experiencing, you know, the spring break moments, the 5 a.m. moments, the spontaneous sex moments. Mm-hmm. Like it or not, you know, that's a part of being an adult in this society. You know, partying, sex, being promiscuous, that happens when you're young. Now, of course, someone is going to say in the comments, oh, not me, what are they talking about? Well, in my world, young women and young men go through a phase where they're having a lot of fun, they're being irresponsible, and they're living for the moment. They're living for the experience, not for the future. So if you meet a woman or a man that never experienced that, and y'all dating, and suddenly while y'all in love in year 3 and his friends want to go out, when he finally hits the club, he's like, wow. When he finally sees the strip club and finally sees these girls and sees the attention, and the female too, finally getting niggas buying her bottles and, you know, buying her stuff, and she's like, wow, this is pretty cool. And now they're gonna wanna do more of it. Now, don't think because she was a hoe before you that she gonna stop being a hoe, but it's a plus if she already experienced it, because she knows that it ain't nothing out there but dick and liquor and VIP sections.
Now let me ask you one question, Guapo, right? You did Minaj before, right?
Yes.
You think you'll ever stop liking it?
Good.
All right, then.
Good question.
All right, then. So,
Good question.
So because you get a certain age doesn't mean that you just supposed to stop liking the shit that you doing. You're hoping that the woman that you end up with is gonna be like, yo, it's cool for you to get some pussy with me. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? But if she doesn't, now you have to adjust to what she got going on, but you still want the Minaj though. Guaranteed.
And
you feel what I'm saying?
You hit it right on the nose, SO, because I was just about to say, like, we want to believe by the time we done, here goes sense of arrogance a little bit, that, oh, nah, I got her, she's going to stop. And really, reality, you know, I don't. It's those chances is more slim than it is that she is going to stop. So at the end of the day, I think like that's my point. Like, and I'm sure none of us on the panel, and I'm sure Guapa, you're not saying that you will prefer a woman who went through a whole phase to a woman who never wants to go through a whole phase. I'm sure if you had to pick, you would pick a woman that's, you know, can discipline herself to the point of where she don't have to go through that, and you could be the person that actually.
How about this though?
I'm listening.
I prefer a chick who never was a hoe.
Yeah,
I prefer that, but it's like that's not real.
That's not reality.
I don't want to say it's not realistic because of course there are going to be some diamonds in the rough that never was a hoe. But
the probability is.
But I would love for a woman to have never have been a hoe, had a couple of bodies, couple of good nights, crazy shit, but she legit and kept her.
She's not interested in like that.
You feel me? But like I would prefer that, but. We
live in a society.
Being real.
Yeah.
And it's like, it happens.
But my question is this though, right? Because this is a very important question. What is a whole phase in the sense of what determines it a whole phase? Is it one, because a girl could be like, I had a whole phase and she only slept with 2 people in the whole phase. Versus another girl could say that I had a whole phase and I slept with 7 niggas. So it's so different. So I feel like with a whole phase, to me, there's a lot of girls that didn't have a whole phase. Honestly, I don't, because a whole phase to me is you got about 5 on your roster and act almost, hey, look, if I take you out and you get into the section, I know I'm going to pop you. And it's not just me, it could be Guapa, any one of them. That's a whole phase to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, a whole phase is not like...
That's a slur to me.
But that's not a whole phase.
That's not a whole phase. That's a downright slur to me.
I think the word whole phase make it kind of crazy because a whole phase for a girl could be like, just partying a lot and she just letting things happen that happen. Maybe it don't happen that much, but she's open to it. Yeah. Maybe the whole phase is her mentality. Like, I'm open for whatever. Okay. I'm not out here, you know, saying no all the time. A whole phase could be a mentality to where as though I'm going to Miami, I might fuck. I might not, but I'm in the area to where as though it might happen. Yeah. You know, maybe she only fucks 5 niggas in that 1 year, all spread out, and that could be her whole phase. Yeah. Some girls' whole phase is nonstop fucking escorting and all type of shit. So there's levels to whole phase. To say somebody's done with their whole phase is like a horrible statement. Yeah. Like you said, if I like chicken or I like steak and I'm vegan now, I still like chicken and steak. Exactly. You know, so a girl or a guy that stopped their whole phase, basically it's on pause because at any given moment
it can come back out.
Come back. So how about the whole situation?
Can I ask you a question? Because I know it's gonna people in the comments are gonna be like, well, what about men? This, that, and third. If what does that say about us? As men, though, I'm about to ask a question. What does that say about us, though, right? If a woman go through a whole phase, right? She didn't just wake up one morning and just say, you know what, I wanted to do X, Y, and Z. Yes, she did. No, she did not.
Don't give it
it's always, listen.
See, he gives him a pass all the time. This nigga gives him a pass.
Wait. Listen, you know, now, listen, I gotta be realistic. Listen, I gotta be realistic. Wait. I gotta be realistic.
Okay.
Listen, I gotta be realistic because there's not just a pointing the finger here. You have to, if a female's going through a whole phase or even a guy, at the end of the day, something happens. Nothing happens just for no reason.